Scenes. There were certainly controversial incidents in this game which led to this kind of topsy-turvy back and forward result. Let's bring in Christina Unkel, who is our FIFA rules expert, who we want to talk to about this one. Can I just ask you a general question first off, Christina? Did you feel like the referee had a poor game?
I don't think he had a poor game overall, but I could see why the football world doesn't like some of those calls. And it's the worst feeling in the world to be the official, knowing that you're applying a law that people aren't going to like on that reaction, but knowing that you're going to still have to enforce it. So collectively, I don't think he had a poor game. I think some of the management style he could have done a little bit differently, but ultimately he got the decisions correct, and I know that's going to frustrate people.
All right, so let's go through a couple of these incidents one by one. First off, Marcus Rashford sending off straight red. Peter Schmeichel, I think it was, said terrible decision. Thierry Henry said never a red card. What was your take on what you saw?
Doesn't allow that leverage. So when we take a look at red card incidents, the discussion in the language is serious foul play. Does he endanger the safety? Apply a red card. So was this the appropriate recommendation for VAR for serious foul play for a red card because of the factual elements of this game? The answer is yes. Once you take out intent, which a lot of people are focusing on, you're right. There is no intent by Rashford on this. But because the foot is planted, it's stagnant, and therefore the studs are going into it with that. You don't need a lot of pressure and force at that moment to potentially break an ankle, and that's what leads it into a red card.
Yes or no, would you have given a red?
Yes, we would have to give a red. This is consistent and this is expected.
The referee's position on that, sometimes I understand VAR, a referee can't see it. The referee couldn't have had a better position. He was literally 5 yards away from it, saw it in real time and just waved. And nobody else on that pitch thinks there's any danger of being a red card. No one stops, no one appeals. The game carries on and the referee's position couldn't have been better.
Micah? You look disgusted.
I think, Jamie, you hit it. Oh, go ahead, Micah.
I agree exactly with what Jamie said. I can't get in my head why
Clint,
that's a red.
It's 2 no's.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything that they're saying. That's how I feel. I think there need to be more players that have played the game at a professional level that are having these discussions with the referees. I'm not a big fan of VAR because it makes the ref look bad if they go and they're able to look at the replay and they get it wrong and then they come out and admit their mistake. It'd be better to not have VAR in the first place. And also, I think it ruins the game for the fans in the sense of not knowing when to celebrate goals. Is it going to be called back? Is it not? I have no problem with goal line technology. I have no problem with the offside technology, but for me, I think VAR runs the game. It slows the game down. It forces players to try to snitch on each other, to hold the ball, to wait to look at the play again. I honestly don't like it, but like Christina said, I mean, it's a difficult job to have.
I totally agree with what he just said. I put a tweet out and Christina replied to me about VAR. I've always been a big advocate for it because I always think the game should evolve and move forward. And I always think if we're missing big decisions that are costing teams points, we've got to try and, you want the right team to win, I would say. But I actually think, and I want to ask you, Christina, as an official, do you think officials or the game is actually, how much is the game gained from having VAR? And also for you as an official, you don't grow up wanting to be stuck in a room looking at replays. You want to be on a field of play managing a game of football. How is it from your point of view? And as I said, do you think the game has gained enough for us to stick with VAR?
Jamie, I love this question on the overall VAR concept itself. From an official standpoint, having grown up, not needing it, feeling the context, what the players are demanding, what the game expects at that moment, that is the art of officiating, right? You can call balls and strikes, and for the American fans, right, in baseball, balls and strikes in and of itself, and that's factual in basis. But what makes a good referee to a great referee is those who can feel the game. They can sense the game. They can sniff the game. You're right. He's standing right there. It's a yellow card. Many of us would have probably given a yellow card in the instance. But the biggest point here to highlight is that VAR was not introduced by the officials. VAR was introduced by the players, the coaches, the clubs, the leagues. They are the ones who wanted VAR to correct the hands of God, the Maradones, all of those things. That's what VAR was introduced for. And the laws themselves are created by IFAB. Referees don't sit on those committees. It's actually players, coaches that sit on these committees that say, here is what we think should be and should not be a red card. So with all of that put together, that's how VAR is put together. That's how the laws are put together. From an officiating standpoint, we are okay with knowing that there's going to be some errors because we're human. However, the modern day game with the numerous amount of cameras that are there is not okay with there being a margin of error. And until those worlds come together and understand there will be a margin of error, and then those who want 100% certainty, That's where we're always going to have these arguments and conflicts, especially when it comes to handling offenses. Is that subjective, and should that have been sent down?
All right, cool. I guess let's move on to the penalty incidents then, because there were 2 penalty incidents in this one, Christina. One given for Copenhagen at 2-1 Man United, another one given for Man United at 2-2. Can you give us your thoughts on both of those?
The arm extended outside of his silhouette and effectively leaving it there. Yes, I understand the jumping component. I get that. But during the current interpretation of handling, I'm not a fan of the current interpretation of handling. I want to put that out there. But this will fall into what they want from a recommendation and an acceptance standpoint. And that's why I said earlier, Kate, that although these were properly given based upon the interpretation and how they want us to enforce it, it's not a fan favorite, and it's the second penalty offense that really gets me. And I would rather put handling, because it's subjective, back into the arms of the refereeing and saying, what is the overall impact in this play in and of itself? Get rid of silhouettes to a certain extent. The argument should be, does this materially impact the play? Yes or no? And that kind of helps the referee get to the guidance of, should we give this as a penalty or not?
Yeah, I agree with what you've actually just said there, Christine. The Harry Maguire one, I can almost understand, because when we talk about the silhouette, even though it's close, his arm is out there, so I can understand the red. On the second one, the guy's coming down, he's got his back to play, and his arm, it's his elbow that's just slightly outside the silhouette. It's half a yard away. There's no way, I don't even think any official, I think you've just said yourself there, the second one is not a penalty, virtually, and I don't think anyone in football thinks that is a penalty. No one, and I just see the players as well appealing for it, because they know as soon as a ball hits an arm now in the penalty box, they've got a great chance of getting it.
I mean, what do you expect him to do there? I just don't. The game has officially gone.
Christina, do you enjoy coming in for these weekly arguments? Is it fun for you?
I wouldn't call them arguments. I'd call them discussions. And I agree. I enjoy these conversations, because without a voice here at the table, then it's everyone projecting essentially without the voice of the referee. So I'm glad to be here. I know I'm losing my voice a little bit, but it's probably because I'm having arguments on handling offenses all the time. But I do really enjoy being with this group, especially when Meek starts laughing. For some reason, I always start laughing. It's just contagious.
Christina, you are fantastic. You've explained you well. Brilliantly, as always, but just that last one I don't agree with because of the silhouette, but fantastic. Keep doing a great job.
Appreciate you, Christina.
Thanks, Meeks. I got your approval.
We'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to go to a break. We're going to bring you more. We're going to talk about the football. We're going to talk about the rest of the action from that game in just a minute. Stay with us. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. Kate, Thierry, Jamie, Micah. Protest over? We good?
Let's get on with the show.
Let's get on with the show, everybody. That's me
Let's
told.
roll.
Okay, let's go over to Peter Schmeichel. I'm sure he wants to talk to us. Peter, I guess you were listening into the last segment with Christina Unkel and her explanation of those controversial incidents. Your thoughts on what she had to say, your thoughts on the game in general. We're interested.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm frustrated about Manchester United's performance tonight. I just want to say one thing about what Christina said and the explanation. I love Christina. I think she explains everything very, very good. But I'm a bit tired of, we don't understand now who we are playing this game for. It's for the people who here, the 36,000 here, and not a single one of them reacted to any of those incidents. No one was screaming for a red card. No one was screaming penalty on both situations. And the game was stopped. Nobody knows what goes on. And it kind of kills, what was, I have to say that, a great atmosphere. It just kills it. It kills the enthusiasm for fans who are in the stadium. And I just think, it's fine. You can explain your way out of it with the letter of the law. But common sense has gone out of football. And VAR, they've had a bad 2 weeks. I have to say that. We need to rethink that. That is my opinion.
What about just the overall picture for Manchester United? How do you come away from that game feeling about the current state of affairs there?
Yeah, I mean, cruising at 2-0, could have been 3-0. Rasmus Højlund had that chance that was saved by the goalkeeper. Then he had another one which could have been 3-0 again. And then, of course, the red card. Carragher obviously been injured. And Anson has been in this position that Rashford was in here. Now.
So after that point is when we see Marcus Rashford get the straight red, Man United go down to 10, and then Copenhagen begin to get back into it, Thierry.
Yes, they did. Every time they had a go, apart from that moment. So
Afterburners on, and 2 very late goals, Micah.
Yeah, and you was expect that. I mean, Man United, like I said, defended not the greatest, but when you got 10 men, it's always difficult, especially in the Champions League. And then, yeah, I felt, like I said, I felt a little bit for them. But Peter, explain to me what it was like out there at the stadium, you know, when the goals were going in?
No, the atmosphere was fantastic, and what the FC Copenhagen support. FC Copenhagen, 2 weeks ago, they missed a great opportunity to beat Manchester United at Old Trafford. They never believed that they were the better team. Today they came on, they were 2-0 down, they never stopped playing, and come out of this with 3 points. And fair dues, they were the better team today.
Yes, Peter. We'll let you go and get some interviews. Thank you. We appreciate you. Always good to hear your thoughts as well. Go on, you got something to say?
Not a single player has come out yet.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Watch this space. We'll see if somebody does choose to come out. Let's talk about the other game in that group, which is Bayern Munich against Galatasaray. 2 more goals for Harry Kane. Came late, but they came close together. Thierry.
Harry Kane, I mean, it still
makes you think how many. I know he scored a lot of goals in England, but he never played for the top team in England. And he's obviously playing for the top team in Germany, dominating a lot of games, getting a lot more tap-ins, and his record is phenomenal, even in a Spurs shirt. But you wonder how many he'd have got if he'd have been playing in a Manchester City team. He almost went there, or the Man United teams of old, Thierry's Arsenal team, because
Liverpool team when he was flying.
We were never the best.
No, I was talking about the Salah Mane.
Oh,
Bayern Munich, the team he's playing for, not only the best in the Bundesliga, also the best in this group by a long distance too. They are through to the knockout rounds. The other 3 in that group, Copenhagen, Man United, Galatasaray, have to sort it out between themselves. Who gets to stay in Europe? Who is officially out? We've got 2 more match days to go. We're going to talk about Arsenal and Sevilla after the break. Arsenal getting the job done at home at 2-0. The final score in this one against the Spanish opposition. We'll bring you highlights and more analysis after the break. Well, a quick reminder for you that we do have more massive football action coming up later on this week. The NWSL season concludes on Saturday with a final showdown for the ages. 2 legends of the US women's national team, Gotham FC's Ali Krieger and OL Reigns' Megan Rapinoe, play against each other in the last game of their incredible careers. Together, they have helped the United States win the Women's World Cup twice, and now they are facing off for the one trophy that has eluded them both in their careers, the NWSL Championship. Coverage begins on the Golazo Network at 6 p.m. Eastern, with kickoff over on CBS in primetime at 8 p.m. You do not want to miss it. We're going to a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to our coverage of the Champions League. Let's round up some of the action from the other groups tonight. Arsenal played Sevilla in London, got the job done at home, 2-0 the final score. Not quite qualified, but it was a solid performance. Thierry?
It was. I was a bit disappointed with Sevilla, but we all know it's not easy at the moment to go and play at the Emirates, and I thought that Arsenal were just magnificent, especially Bukayo Saka. As we saw, he was involved in the 2 goals with an assist and a goal. So it's just all I mentioned before, running behind Jamie, like we talked about.
Season, 6 goals, 7 assists. They need him.
OK, so let's throw up the table. We've already thrown up the table. OK, so Arsenal not yet mathematically through, but sitting in a good position, at least 4 points ahead of PSV. And then PSV, Lens and Sevilla still theoretically battling out for that second spot to go through to the Champions League knockout stages. Let's move on to another group, which is a Group D. Let's talk about Real Sociedad, because they are flying right now in this one, surprising everybody. Big win for them tonight against Benfica. 3-1 was the final score. Let's rattle through some.
Into the knockout stage, it's just...
Play against Sociedad, as you can see, he's not offside. Massive lie. It's difficult to win away in Spain. I can tell you that.
Yeah, fantastic celebration scenes there for Real Sociedad against Benfica in Spain. Let's also look at the other team that has qualified from that Group D, which...
Doubt him, steps up in the big moments, and they go through. Wonderful for Inter. Over the last couple of years, they've really hit some form, know how to play, know exactly what they want to do, and they always was a big club, but they're a big team and performing very well at this moment in time.
Yeah, so Real Sociedad and Inter will continue in Champions League into the new year. For Benfica and Salzburg, Europa League still potentially up for grabs. Let's head over to Group C. Real Madrid. Surprise. So standings after match day 4's play in that group are, as you can see, Real Madrid already qualified for the knockout rounds. Napoli in second position and with a 4-point advantage over Braga, and then Union Berlin trailing in that group, just 1 point to their name so far. We've got 2 more match days to go, remember, in these group stages. We're going to go to a very quick break. We'll be back with more for you after that. Stay with us. Well, tomorrow the Europa League and Europa Conference continues. Premier League giants Liverpool head to Toulouse. Marseille will visit AEK Athens. And in the tight Group A race, West Ham host Olympiacos. Over in the Europa Conference League, Fiorentina, Aston Villa and Eintracht Frankfurt are all looking to stay on pace for the knockout phase. You can watch every single game live on Paramount Plus. As always, if you do prefer, then you can join Nico Cantor for the Golazo Show. Always a good watch. Our 5.5 hours of live coverage begin for you on Paramount Plus and CBS Sports Network at noon Eastern. Welcome back. Well, on a night that Manchester United lost 4-3 to Copenhagen in Denmark, it'd be interesting to hear the thoughts of the manager, Erik ten Hag. Here he is speaking with Peter Schmeichel.
Were you surprised that the game was stopped that long after the incident with the red card, and then all of a sudden you're down to 10 men?
Yes.
Is that all you're going to say?
Yes.
What about the 2 penalty incidents?
Yeah, I think both are very soft, and now we have 4 penalties against us, and I think 3 from them are very soft, and I think it was never meant the game like this.
And do you still think there is a way through to the next bit of the Champions League for us?
Oh yeah, but still, we are still in the race. We have to win our both games, and then we see where we can end.
And I hope you do. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks.
Okay.
All right, cool. Next match day is in Miami. That's right, we're going on the road.
Miami!
You excited?
I can't wait. You know what?
What was that?
Clint, you're going to be out there, aren't you?
Yeah.
And we've loved having you on the team, haven't we, Jamie? Thierry, Kate, we've loved him.
Yeah, I loved it.
But, I've been writing some rhymes,
Oh, this guy.
And I know you could freestyle.
No,
but I need some more help. It goes.
But my style ain't free.
Look. My name is Big Meeks. I got big cheeks. Can you film something out?
Okay. Hey. I'm out there next to a Texas, better respect this. We ground beef, knock out teeth for breakfast. Spit heat, watch my feet, I perfect this. Already know I got the flow that's infectious.
Yeah!
My man. I knew y'all had me doing something crazy up here.
Can you get that down by Miami?
Okay, I got it down, baby. Don't worry about me. Yeah,
All right, we don't worry about you. Okay.
Okay.
By the way, if you notice this on the desk right here, this shiny award, this is because we have won an award, if you didn't see it in the news, for the best international sports show. CBS and IMG for the Champions League show. We have won. We already knew, but it's now official. We are the best international sports show. Congratulations to us, everybody.
Okay.
Does that mean,
Go team.
since I did one show, does that mean like I still get a ring? Still get part of the...
There's no rings, unfortunately.
Well, you know what I'm saying. You know the concept, right?
Yeah, I know the concept.
Okay, making sure.
Yeah, has anyone got an acceptance
Who's
speech?
keeping it?
30
How does it
seconds.
work?
I think it goes to the host, leader,
give us a 20-second
team captain.
acceptance
Team
speech.
captain
Come on,
keeps
Carragher.
it. Team
3
captain.
months each.
All right, okay,
It was
I'm
an
down.
honour and a privilege to present this show, not just to you American viewers, but to the whole of Europe, because this award is international, baby, and that's where we go. That's where the reach is, isn't it, Kate?
From
That's
me,
right.
Big Meeks, Jamie Carragher, Clint, Thierry, and the wonderful...
What a team effort,
let's
man.
go!
Let's go. All right, that is it from us, unfortunately. Our Champions League coverage does continue for you now on the Golazo Network with the Champions Club, so please do make sure you join Poppy Miller and her guests for that. In 3 weeks, Champions League is back. We are stateside. We will see you from Miami. We cannot wait. We will see you then. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.
Miami,
to
baby!
Miami.